Krista Lueth loved the beautiful outdoors.
What she wanted was to work like in a botanical garden.
Krista's father, Roy, knew just how focused she could be. The 34-year-old with a green thumb was pursuing her passion, a second college degree at Michigan State University in East Lansing, Michigan.
She felt that with the horticulture background that she would have been very, very happy.
Krista was always leaving her friends with a smile.
Her laugh. Everybody would start kind of giggling around us, even though they didn't know what we were laughing about. You know, they'd just hear us chuckle, and it was infectious.
But the infectious laughs were about to turn into painful heartache. One cold November evening, Krista returned home from class for a quick dinner and to check up on her baby, a house cat named Moet. She'd planned to head back to campus for an evening botany course. Krista never made it to class.
You became concerned about her whereabouts.
I called her about 7:30, and then the phone went to voicemail. And I'm thinking, there's something wrong here. I got a hold of one of her friends, Murray, and she said that she was going up to check on her.
When Krista's friend, Murray Jones, arrived, the apartment was locked. The landlord offered Murray a spare key. But when she went inside, it was immediately clear something was terribly wrong.
It was very strange for me to go into her space and have it just be kind of left in disarray. I thought, well, maybe she bopped out for a class, but I mean, since so much time had passed, it was like, what's going on here?
She said that Krista wasn't around. She didn't know where he was. So I went to the state police and reported missing person.
When police arrived, they found an untouched plate of food, a table filled with unfinished schoolwork, and her pet cat.
She wouldn't, leave her cat and have the house in disarray, and so that's not her, period.
The Michigan State Police searched her neighborhood and with Roy's help, reconstructed her life right up to the moment she disappeared. Krista was last seen by a neighbor in front of the house at 5:30 p.m. At some point during the night, police believe she left quickly and locked the door behind her. There was no evidence of forced entry and no signs of a fight or kidnapping. Krista's car was still parked in the driveway. Cops spoke to Krista's friends and classmates. They even talked to her ex-boyfriend, a guy named Brad Cornelia. Krista and Cornelia recently broke up, and he told police he had not seen or talked to Krista lately.
I don't know what happened. Whatever happened, it wasn't good.
Days turned into weeks and then months.
Roy Lueth, L-U-E-T-H.
Okay, just have a seat.
Roy checked in with the police every day to make sure she wasn't forgotten. It finally pays off. Several months after Krista disappears, a break in the case. On a Michigan highway a few miles from Krista's home, police find her driver's license, a credit card, and her broken cell phone. And they also pin down a person of interest. But the promising new details lead cops nowhere. Krista has yet to be found, and everyone is left with one tragic conclusion. The young college student was probably murdered.
I miss her every day.
Roy feared this picture he took with his beautiful daughter was going to be their last one together.
I just want to know where she is so I can put her to rest.
The unresolved case grew cold. Then, a dogged detective cracked open the files, and what he found could possibly lead to a breakthrough.
We want to see this through. Krista doesn't deserve this. Nobody deserves this.
Sergeant DeClerc turns his focus back on that one person of interest. After a meticulous 3-year investigation, this detective has his man.
I know who killed her.
Who killed her?
Brad Cornelia. He's my suspect.
Yep, Brad Cornelia, Krista's ex-boyfriend, and her complete opposite. Krista was a hard-working college student. Brad, a tattooed bad boy with a scary criminal past.
He was in prison for rape.
That's correct. At knife point.
Cornelia served 14 years for raping a woman and was also arrested for showing a child graphic pornography.
I asked her, what are you doing with this creep? And she said, well, she's not going to see him very long.
But surprisingly, the two moved in together in 2008. The relationship only lasted a few months.
There was money issues. He always needed money from her. In addition to that, he ended up charging in excess of $500 on her cell phone for pornography.
Krista had enough and kicked Brad out. 2 weeks later, she picked up the pieces of a broken romance and continued on with college.
This greenhouse was where she found peace and tranquility. This was where she was supposed to be the day she disappeared.
The same night Krista went missing, Brad Cornelia was stranded on Highway 127, a few miles away from Lansing, with a broken-down SUV. A highway patrol car spotted Brad and offered assistance.
Brad relayed that he had a tow truck on the way, and the deputy moved on.
Now here is where the case goes from cold to red hot. Brad's vehicle broke down in the exact same spot where the police had found Krista's ID, credit card, and the broken cell phone in 2009. And that's not all.
Brad, through a previous interview, had said he was nowhere near Krista's house, but cell records show otherwise. His phone pinged near her house about the last time she was seen alive.
You believe he killed your daughter?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't even have to believe it is true.
Crime Watch Daily paid a visit to Brad's mother to see if she could shed any light on her son.
Do you think Brad knows anything about this?
No, he's already been here and there. I mean, with the police and everything.
So you don't think he has anything to do with her disappearance or her homicide?
I truthfully don't know.
Then, a surprise visitor shows up, wearing only shorts, tattoos, and a bad attitude.
And you're
Here
not
comes Brad right here.
Oh, that's him?
Yep, and his wife.
Michigan native Krista Lueth has gone missing without a trace and is now presumed dead. It's been nearly 7 long years for her heartbroken father, but now Michigan State Police have zeroed in on Krista's ex-boyfriend, Brad Cornelia. They claim he's their prime suspect.
What do you think happened to Krista?
I think he made contact with Krista that night. We know he was in close proximity to her house based on his cell phone tower pings. I believe she got in a vehicle with him. I believe she said something to him to make him angry, because he was trying to get the relationship going again, and that wasn't going to happen. I believe she said something to him that caused him to snap.
So what does Brad Cornelia have to say about all this? Not much, except to claim he's innocent. Police have never charged him with Krista's disappearance or her murder.
Donna?
I went looking for Brad and found his mother, Donna, who tried her best to defend her son.
So you don't think he has anything to do with her disappearance or her homicide?
I truthfully don't know.
You
I
can't.
hope to God not, but actually don't know.
And then, of all the people to show up,
Here
Not
comes Brad right here.
Oh, that's him?
Yep, and his wife.
Hey, Brad.
What's this for?
Well, I wanted to talk to you and your family. I want to shake your hand first. My name's Andrea Isom. I'm a reporter with Crime Watch Daily. We're doing a story about Krista Lueth. We're trying to help her family get justice. They want to find her. They want to give her some closure and have her rest in peace. What do you have to say about any of that, Brad? What do you want to? Nothing. You know the state police think that you're responsible for this, her
Don't
disappearance.
care. You don't need to film nothing.
and Brad had some choice words for our cameraman.
What do
I'm
you?
on my property and I will drop your ass, so
Okay.
guaranteed.
Brad Cornelia is an ex-con and a sex offender, but is he guilty of murder? I was surprised how cold and cruel he was about his ex-girlfriend, Krista.
Do you want justice for Krista?
Oh, why don't you go investigate her crackhead ass somewhere else?
Okay.
They don't want the truth.
Have you?
They make her seem like goody two-shoes. She's a crackhead, a drug addict, alcoholic,
So do you want to
killed
share?
8 babies.
Do you want to share that side of the story with us?
No,
You don't?
no.
So do you feel like you're being railroaded and treated unfairly?
Accompanying Brad was his wife, who believes in his innocence.
Brad, you know, It's been said, and I know you don't agree with this, that there was an argument, there was a breakup, and after the breakup, she disappeared. And police are saying you are responsible for that. You say what to those allegations, those accusations? Nothing. They're false?
People believe what they want.
You don't want anyone to consider you what?
I don't care what people consider me.
Without a body, the police say they cannot charge Brad Cornelia with homicide.
We need to get this case put together. We need to find her and get charges to the prosecutor's office, and we'll get him arrested.
You need more.
We need more. We need Krista.
There is a $100,000 reward for any information that will solve this mystery. Krista's family and friends have suffered for 7 years and every day face the pain of not knowing what happened to Krista.
It's gotta be so hard for you, man.